Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for the great comments welcoming me in. Oh, especially on such an awful day. Well, I guess we can just give our love and support to all of those who have lost anyone. 2001, 9/11/01. But thank you so much for joining me. I have so many questions. Well, I have 16, and I think I'll just get right in there and get going because I have a personal client afterwards, and so I can't go too long. So I'm over here in the starred questions. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I'm going to bring them over as I go. So, and I'm time stamping as I go too. So 103 there. Francis has a question about voter fraud. So will voter fraud, so I'm imagining she means that there are many in the White House who got in because of voter fraud. And we have that one lawsuit coming up. It got postponed to September 22nd, or was September 22nd. Now it's pushed off to November 11th. 11/11, hey? It's a case brought before, it's Rockland County, but it's a case brought before the New York Supreme Court. So let's see. There are whistleblowers that need a case to give their testimony. They need something where they can give their testimony under oath. So let's see how all this is going to go. And I won't put a time limit on it. But boy, it needs to happen. So will that be what takes out all these posers occupying the White House? Yeah, we have more than one White House squatter, don't we? Goodness. Okay. How is this going to go? Will this be the thing that takes them out? No. That's the votes account. It's basically like, there's an obstacle there to see the truth about the votes. There will be a lot of talk, and there has been a lot of stress about the fact that Kamala had the election stolen from her based on Starlink. I always get these two cards together when I read on the election. But it's going to take a long, slow time to bring through the guilty ones and then have some freedom and some change. But when it does come out, it'll be all over the news. Okay. Let me get over here to the next question. And Steph wants to know, has Trump been told by his doctors that he has a serious health issue? Okay. It seemed like I read on this once before, but maybe not. I thought with Lori, actually. With Lori over at the Way of Positive Change. Oops, I forgot to put the time. 4:14. Okay. Has Trump been told by his doctors that he has a serious health issue? There. Well, let's see. I don't know. This is a card that has to do with a lot of tests and a lot of examinations, and especially it rules the brain. It could just be that they're continually monitoring him, and there is some new or a small issue with his heart. I've always gotten that he's going to wind up with a stroke that leaves him unable to talk. Won't that be a relief? God. But as far as, okay, so interactions have happened with, I think mostly with his family. But let's see, have they actually had, yeah, I mean, with the interactions, I think it's been with him and his family, but it's about his heart. They're focusing more on his heart. And I don't know. Yeah, family. Oh, it could be, more issues around the full moon because of swelling, right? Because, he's had the chronic Venus, whatever. That basically congestive heart failure is coming there. That's what they're focusing on. But I've always gotten that he's going to have a stroke. So they're going in a couple different directions. This could be two, opposing views, different doctors. And it's, as far as have they told him it's serious, I think they've tried to cover it up. And they've tried to just help him the best they can, help him to recover whenever something happens. But it keeps happening. I don't really see, I mean, at some point, the important news will get to him when there's a major change and the complications are unbelievably heavy and he's suffering terribly due to his old age and, mental problems and health problems. So, okay. That's a great question, Steph. Thank you for that. Let's see how you guys are doing. Yeah, much less of a mini stroke as a regular stroke. Yeah, he's already had some mini strokes. So there's that. Okay, Toblerone. Katie Johnson, yeah. Will she come forward? Okay, let's say 7:30. Will Katie Johnson come forward? I'm trying to, maybe I should, this deck's good. Yes or no? Will she actually come forward? She's the one that, well, we think it's the one because whoever did it anonymously, or the name was protected. She was really young and she filed a court case. There are court papers. There's a case number and everything. Okay. Will she come forward as an adult? Katie Johnson. Will she? Right there. Well, the ship does bring through movement, but it could also be that she's in another country, recovering from the awful, as far as coming forward, I've got the fox. So maybe she's just waiting until it's safe. This is a yes card. We've got a yes here. Yeah. Wow. Maybe she's waiting for a court case. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah. I think she's in another country overseas where she has that, where she feels comfortable and safe. And then there could be like some surprising information that comes out when she's kind of like, when she can manipulate things to her advantage so that she does have that safety. So, but again, ending with the yes card. Wow. I love these questions. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Holy fidget. There's a sad 10 minutes there. Some of the shuffle. Okay. Well, a group of federal judges and constitutional scholars, will they band together and decree that some SCOTUS rulings are unlawful. Okay, so I'm going to use a different deck for that. I'll use a Kipper. So, will a group of federal judges and constitutional scholars, we come together and decree that some of the rulings have been unlawful? Yeah, I have to go with the past. Then again, we'll probably get, if there's something coming in the future, as far as rulings go. So will a group of federal judges come together? How's this going to go? Right there. Well, I don't know. I mean, with the lovers, this is loyalty, but it is people coming together. There's money. There's loyalty based on a lot of money. Oh, yeah. And when it comes to them coming together, this is not really coming together, because I think there's, when it comes to SCOTUS, I think they've been paid off. They've been supported and paid off. My goodness. Yeah, let's see. Well, if I look at what's on the bottom, especially Aileen Cannon, in his inner circle there, I think we've got dirty judges is what we have going on there. So I don't see a yes with that question. Okay, so Debbie, I'm at 12. There we go. How long? Okay, so we're looking for timing. Okay. How long after Trump departs will JD and regime be gone? Okay. How long? As far as timing. Might use the tarot too. It's basically like how long will JD be in there? I did a long reading on the chain of events. I just can't remember if I did timing. I think I did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did timing on that one. So I'm reading on something I already read on. Okay. How long? Right there. Well, the cross when it comes to timing is there's guilty, but it's a card of 1 to 6 months. The mice has something to do with like short term, a little short term. And then we have the change, right? Yeah, so it doesn't look to me like too long at all. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Debbie. Okay, let's see. Sherry at 14 minutes, about in there. So will SCOTUS uphold the lower court's decision that the tariffs were implemented illegally? Okay. Maybe when they lose enough money out of their 401ks and all their other. So stupid. Unbelievably lame. Okay, but will they uphold the lower court's decision? Right there. Well, I don't know. There might be some new interactions or something new that comes out in the public. But as far as upholding, it seems like there's loyalty. There's loyalty to Trump until like the bitter end. But then there could be a new, like a key ruling. There could be a challenging ending and a quite a bit of a loss to things that they care about. Because the coffin can be a loss to things that they care about, and of course it's their money. Except for Sonia Sotomayor and Elena Kagan and Ketanji Brown Jackson. But then there could be something important that changes things, that most likely within the three branches of government. That's interesting. Okay. So will they uphold? I think some time has to go by because the tree is slow. Yeah. So we can just keep an eye on this one. It's a great question. Okay, Steph again. Okay, will the Epstein survivors release their list before Congress? Or does someone else? Does the list get out there? Before Congress? I think the last that it stood, they just needed one more vote? I could be wrong on that. Will the Epstein survivors release their list? Or will someone else before Congress does? Because we're not going to get the whole thing from Congress, most likely. But it's not going away. Things are heating up. Right there. Well, I don't know. This is kind of mixed. So we've got, stealing the light that would reveal the darkness, and decisions that are choices. Choices and goals. This would be a goal to get the news out there. That's interesting. Okay. To get it out there. And then with the Clover card, we have the opportunity. And so maybe it would come from the Epstein survivors and someone else, right? Could be. And here's the list, but it has redactions. There's redactions for a while. Most likely I don't know. If the survivors want it out there, then they would be saying, we don't mind our names being, because at first with the grand jury trial, they were saying they had to protect the survivors. But you know what it might be? Let me ask from a different question, from a different angle, real quick. Is there going to be? Will there be a court case that puts it out? Just keeps it out there, keeps everybody talking about it for a little while, or for much longer. Keeps it out there. Like Trump suing, and then he has to go under testimony, under a deposition or something like that. Will there be a court case? Dang it. It's like there's something within the different branches, with the three branches of government, that blocks. So that tells me Congress, and probably SCOTUS as well, is going to block something. There's a big obstacle legally. Yeah. Darn it. it just sucks, but nobody's going to stop talking about it. Okay. Holly wants to know, oh yeah, this is a good one. I'm going to use a kipper for this. Was the attack, oh, I need to get a timestamp here. Oh, and I missed that one. Let's see. Holly's here at, okay. All right. So was the attack on that Venezuelan drug boat, was it real or was it AI? Really challenging to know nowadays, especially when something's blurry. We can't trust anything coming out of Trump's circle. Was the drug boat real? AI. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not seeing, okay, what's at the bottom? Yeah, I'm not getting cards to show. I mean, I'm seeing the journey, the travel, the wheel, fortune, something coming out. Well, okay. So if it was, it's possible. Real or AI? Well, if it's, okay. So this is a card of something coming full circle. It also could be somebody, they're, moving, like the movement, right? But what if instead it's the movement, because of the way the cards wind up, the movement of people who are loyal to Trump, and it's all about money. And later on, there will be some important discovery that comes through as to the video. See, in this deck, this is the card that rules any kind of information and evidence. So these two cards together could bring in the evidence, the discovery of evidence that shows something's off. And this is a card of, just forget that it's imprisonment for a minute, because one of the keywords to this card is secrets. Okay, so a secret about somebody's reputation, and this could be the actual, imagine this is the drone in the sky, right? So secrets coming from probably drone footage is the way I'm going to read that. And then here we have a guy that can manipulate things. And this is my AI card in this deck, because this is if you look at these people, they're working in it's automation, and so AI automation. I think it was, but I don't know if we'll get anything. Yeah, as far as it could take quite some time for it to get out about that. Might be who knows how long. So, yeah. Yeah, so because what happened after that was all this Department of War. What did idiot. Oh, okay. River Shalom. So 24, right there. Okay. By all reports, T is beholding to Russian money on a personal level. Will he ever, I think I will stick with the Kipper on this one. Will he ever be exposed and held accountable? As being part of, being beholden. Will they prove that he's been compromised? I mean, I have 2 books right over here with photos. There's so much footage everywhere. It's like between that and Epstein. I mean, just use your eyes, right? But I think it is already exposed. But let's just see. Will he be held accountable? Exposed and accountable. Publicly exposed. Pretty public to me, but let's see. How's this going to go for him? Will he ever? So here's his quid pro quo. Here's his exchange of money. Here's his, it's just like our Six of Pentacles card. The official person is, yes, it's official. There are rules and regulations. This can still be my Jack Smith card. He knows that he's got it all. And then here's Trump. So he's headed in the direction of it being made official that he's received something, right? He's been given something, and the cards sneaking up behind him. Hold on, I have to lay them out this way to get the story. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So, Rutro, what's this? There's crisis, psychological crisis, and you don't like what that, if it's a subpoena or that paperwork says. And then there's something new I'm getting from a long time ago that finally comes full circle, and secrets come out. So this is all sneaking up behind him. It has something to do with other people as well. This can be a stand-in card for a lot of money, a lot of moneyed men. And then here he is helplessly being surveilled. This is a card of surveillance. It could be that's what, they've been surveilling for years. And they see him as the grifter. He's like the grifter in chief. This is the card coming up right behind him. Actually, this direction, right? It's like all of these cards. No. There we go. He's going this way. Grifters, he's being seen as the grifter. And he's been surveilled all these years. And other wealthy men, maybe this is Epstein, from way back when, and secrets coming out about all of his travels. And wow, I didn't expect to get that. Okay, cool. Works for me. All right. So let's see. Let me check on you guys real quick. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Sharon Saib. Everyone's here. Hello. Hey, Rose Blue. Oh, you had to go. Okay. Hey, Deborah. Lucy, thank you for the super sticker as well. I appreciate that. Hi, Dorian. Hello. Let's see. Nubia, thank you for that super sticker there. Your question here with Peter Thiel, Tech Bros, Russia, Israel, all tied up with Epstein through sex trafficking. Yes, I've read on it many times. Yes. So thank you for that. Okay, let's see. Hi, Gailsy. Gailsy's here. Hi, Joy. Hi, Molly. Okay, let me get back over here. Patricia, and let's see, at 29, I'll just say 30. There we go. Patricia wants to know, actually, hold on, I screwed up my list down here. Okay, there we go. Now I gotta change my time. Okay. Will the military invasion of Chicago, Rockford, and other cities in Illinois? Okay, there, I thought I had my card slipped over. will they result in bloodshed? Okay, let me see. Oh, goodness. Is it protection or... Actually, let me use this deck instead. Would be protection or violence? How's this? Will there be bloodshed or not? How's this gonna go? So the areas right around the cities, Chicago, Rockford, and other cities in Illinois. Okay. So I'm not including the suburbs. I'm only including the cities. Right there. Well, okay. So we have the movement. There are connections. Small complications, and then it ends. These cards aren't violent. Small complications, and then it ends. There's a flow of information that is, that can warn people where things are. Yeah, let's see what's at the bottom. No, I mean, it's going to be a burden on Pritzker, but I see him as, let's see if I keep going. Yeah, I feel like he's going to cut the danger will dissipate. Pritzker will be able to dissipate the danger. So that's, minimal. There's minimal problems, just minimal problems. Okay. I think it feels to me like there's a lot of cooperation with, the people in the cities. Okay. Thank you for that question. Okay, so merrily, about 32, I'll say 33. Merrily wants to know is, okay, that's a good question. Is the Health Alliance, so Washington, Oregon, and California are working on a health alliance, and Hawaii, to just circumvent all this other bullshit, basically, right? And they're also doing that with, wildfire protection. Yeah, these cards go together really well. It's like building a strong foundation of care. So, but let's see. Does this have anything to do with being the beginning of a soft succession? Is there going to be a soft succession on the West Coast? Yes or no to a soft succession? I don't know. Maybe it's our Oregon's governor. It's Kotek still, right? Yeah, I should know. But, or it could just be even thinking intuitively, like out into the future, writing some things up and talking about it. But it looks to me like it's more about just health, because this is our health card. And this comes, when it comes to timing, this card is like something that takes years and goes really slow. But it's interesting because these are all neutral cards. I don't have a yes or a no with these. And then the next card comes and I've got no. No, the choice would be no. Yeah, I'm not seeing it as being a succession. Okay, so let's go here and get to the next one. Vic, hey Victoria, I'm the future of Palantir. Okay, and that is 35. I'll say 30 there. I have to remember. There we go. Okay. What is the future? Let me use this other deck. What's the future of Palantir? Actually, use a Kipper. Palantir. How are they going to do in the future? Now, it's a worldwide thing. It's not just here. So let's just see. Maybe I should narrow it down to the U.S. I think I need to. Let's just say the future of Palantir. I'll change it. I hope that's okay, Vic. Let's call it 3630. There we go. Okay. Future of Palantir in the USA. How are they going to do in the USA? I mean, it's not good what they're doing in the UK. Just in the USA, how will they do? What is their future? It's like the data suckers. Okay. How are they going to do? Well, their inner circle. This is the inner circle. I feel like this is kind of like spying on the community and even into our living rooms, if we let them. But in their future, you know what else it could be? It could be people that don't want them in their inner circle. I mean, like, do they spy? Like, if people have Alexa and all of that, it makes you wonder. But into communities when you're out and about. So it looks to me like it might be different in our home. Then again, maybe not. Maybe they can spy on us with everything in our home. Like if you have a smart, more than just a smart TV, and you have like a smart refrigerator and Alexa and all that, and you're hooked up, then you go out and you've kind of got it all. They are part of this, like, well, there are rules and regulations against it. But I think the biggest problem is our health information. Our health information, especially with the older generation, and especially our children. But in the future, they've got, I think, some kind of lawsuit or something coming up, because they've come like right into our homes, and they are lying and cheating, and they have been under false pretenses getting everything they want. Now, I don't know if this might be Sheldon Whitehouse. He kind of looks like that, but it could be just any stable, secure man that brings forth a court case. And then they have major problems. This is a card of self-sabotage. And a lot of people are concerned about what they have taken and we have given. And I see a painful loss and an ending for them, but it's going to take a couple of years possibly, and a lot of complaints, maybe some class action lawsuits, and it's all about their AI. They're stealing our data and then creating whatever they want. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, it's just, I mean, they're going to stick together with their grifting, because that's what they do. You know, like Peter Thiel and who's that other guy? There's Curtis Yarvin, and then there's another guy like John Lonsdale or something like that. There's three main guys, but then there are many others. So, yeah, it's going to take some time. We have to be really careful what we allow out there, you know. And again, we're all online all the time. It's not good. How else do we function, right? Okay. So Josie wants to know, let's see, get the time here, 40, I'm going to say 50, something like that. Schumer and Jeffries, are they going to be able to successfully stop unconditional funding with the next budget vote? Which will, you know, it might cause a government shutdown, I suppose, for a little bit, but maybe that's a better thing to do. But didn't they just pass something, you guys? Did they? I thought I saw something about, a big, like $893 billion something. What are Schumer and Jeffries going to be able to successfully do? Are they going to stop something, or what? How's this going to go? Yeah, Schmoozy, the next eclipse is the 21st of September. It comes in at 29 degrees of Pisces. I can't remember what time, but I think it's later in the afternoon. I'm pretty sure it's later in the afternoon, Eastern time. Okay. Schumer, Jeffries, what are you going to stop something, or are you not? How's it going to go? Well, there will be confusion for a while. Things are going to be really murky. Then what's strong will stand, but there could be trying to, you know, suck up something. Because, you know, big trees have that big taproot. There's going to be a lot of interaction and talk about it in social media. There is going to be some giving. Oh, Foggy, thank you so much. There is going to be some giving that's surprising, some surprising give and take there, and flow. But that's interesting. Okay, so the flow, yeah, it's going to be really murky at first, but then, and they're hiding stuff. But then there's going to be this flow of some kind of a flow. Maybe this has to do with some money that was going to other countries or overseas. And then we've got a stop and a loss. There's a loss to families. The way I read it, I'm not saying that they're going to shut anything down. I mean, I don't have, let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, no, things are moving. It's all about money. Yeah, it has to do, of course, with who's got the power, and then what are they going to cut and all of that. Oh, thank you, Lori. I don't have the mountain to show that they block anything, that they successfully stop. But what they're going to be successful with is interacting with us and letting us know what's going on. And then maybe this doesn't have anything to do with another, because it doesn't make sense that has anything to do with another country, but there would be a flow in abundance, because the fish is all about abundance, and the ship would be the transactions and the movement of abundance. Maybe they do stop something for a while in the House, right? Like maybe in that branch of government, because here's the different branches of Congress, and maybe something stops in the House. Maybe there's a flow, and then it stops in the House for a little bit. Let me ask from a different angle. I thought I asked how it's going to go, but it's not. Are we going to have a government shutdown? Yes or no? Let's ask that. Right, Lori, I know. Anytime the government shut down, yeah, they blame us for everything, Stupid. All we ever do is clean up their mess. Okay. Are we going to have a government shutdown? Block, obstacle, or flow? Oh, there's something coming full circle. There's a commitment. But there's a fight and repetitive. I think they're going to be rewriting something after they examine it. They will definitely make the decision to cut some things from both sides. And they're going to be really tricky. Some of them are going to be super tricky about the money, and some burden and guilt is going to come out. And some of them on the dark side, they're going to give their heart to this guy, who I'm talking about. But then things will flow and get better, I suppose, at some point. I'm wondering if it might take some time. Does anybody know? Hi, Patricia. Does anybody know? Yeah, that's right, Donna. They have shut down the government with Doge in a sense. That is so true. Does anybody know the timing on this? Like, what's our deadline? I just did zero prep on this one. I don't know what the deadline is as far as dates go, but I've got the moon card and the letter together, and then the tower, which is like the institution of it coming together. So if it comes together around the eclipse, makes me wonder. So anyway, let me get back over here and get to the next question. Thank you, Josie, for that. Okay, Pegasus. Peg. Hi, Peg, in Idaho. I'm at 48. Okay. Pegasus wants to know what will finally take the Orange Menace down. Will it be death, election truths, Epstein partnership, or what? I've read on this so many times. So I guess we're checking in again. I've always gotten that it's a combination of just so much stress with everything. But let's see, what is because I for sure I don't see him being removed. I don't see the GOP aligning against him. Now, when it comes to Epstein, there's that possibility. But let's see. What will finally, and I think I'm going to have to use the tarot as well with this one, probably. What will finally take him down? What will it actually be? Okay. A heart problem that blocks his heart. A blockage to his heart. Here he is, and like gravity, to the wild blue yonder. After a surgery. Okay. Actually, let me try with the tarot real quick. I'll just leave the cards upright or whatever. Okay. So, what finally takes him down? That looked like health to me, but let's see. What is it that actually... I had that dream. Did you hear me talk about that, Peg? I had that dream of him not being able to talk after he had some surgery. Right there. Yeah, this is one of my cards for an acute illness, a grave illness. The Five of Cups reversed is, well, things down south. This is a stroke card, Seven of Wands here. He doesn't complete things. Then again, well, I've got the Hanged Man coming through reverse, so, or actually, this one's upright. Hanging in suspension for a while. He's still the star. Everybody's watching. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so when it comes to election, no, I don't have election cards there. I didn't get... No, we didn't get election cards with, nope. I think it might I think it's more his health than anything is what I'm getting, actually. Yeah. It's his health. But we have to just keep in mind that, the truth is that stress is a huge factor when it comes to a person's health. And he doesn't eat well. He's on so many drugs and he self-medicates. And the more stress there is around him, the worse his health gets. So it could be that it's a little bit of everything. Okay. All right. The next one. Oh, thank you so much. I have so many super stickers here. Donna, thank you. Gloria, yay. Thank you so much. And as well, Foggy. French fry. Oh my goodness, you're so generous. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all of them. Absolutely. Okay, so Charlie Kirk. Everybody's wondering, did Trump have anything to do with it? Did he have anything to do with it? Because I know you guys were talking about Jan. Stroke me. That's fun. Thank you, Sharon Sy. Yes, it's so easy to book on my website. Angie, thank you. I so appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so you guys were talking about the fact that, or a lot of people have been commenting, telling me that Charlie Kirk was, talking smack about Trump not releasing the Epstein records, right? And, and of course he's got that photo, his signature that came out, from the birthday book. Oh, Aaron is saying Trump's Secret Service guy from his stage assassination attempt last year is seen in the video behind Charlie Kirk giving baseball signs to what appears to be, oh my goodness, what appears to be the assassin, possibly. Wow. Lordy. Okay. Jan, I'm reading on Charlie right now. I take the questions, you guys, these questions are all from the posts when I put up the notice that that I'm doing the live stream, and then I ask you to put the questions there. Otherwise, it's hard to slide them over, and I lose your questions because they go too fast in here. Okay, so did Trump have anything to do with his assassination? How to give a super sticker? I think, whenever I've been on somebody else's live stream, it's right underneath the video, and there's an option. You might have to slide over a little. Yeah. So. Hi, Durham. Okay. Did Trump have anything to do with Charlie Kirk or not, with that assassination? Was he involved? If so, how? Oh, okay, here he is. Here's an opportunity that could involve a couple other people. This would be a choice. It could also be worrying about the election. This has to do with money, power, and protection. And then social media, things that are out there. Could also have to do with Russia, something to do with Russia. The ring is a commitment. Wow. And then maybe the actual commitment that came through Russia. There's that possibility. Something in writing. Wow. Okay. The snake is definitely betrayal. It's all about betrayal. Wow. It's like Charlie moved away from the foundation of what Trump was wanting. Really dark. Really, really dark. And then this is the yes card here. But I get that there's some interaction with Putin on it too. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, we've got the goal at the bottom of the deck on the other side. Yikes. I have to say yes on that one. Wow. Okay. So, oh yeah, and he started. Thank you, Angel, for that. Israel, right? And Netanyahu's his big friend. So, right. I think you're right, Amy. Coacher Crochet. Pooty ordered it, right? Okay. I forgot to get the time on that one, but it was probably 55, somewhere in there. Question mark. Let's do some affirmation cards for you all. Oh yeah, and I'll have. I gotta go quickly, really quickly. Okay. What do you guys need to know? What would help you the most right now? Okay, right here. Oh, I think we had this last week. I will persist. My will is strong. So trust yourself. Put yourself out there. Yeah, I love that. And persist. Just hang in there. What's at the other side? Here we go. I am magnetic to what I want, and I repel what I do not want. That's quite an affirmation. I love it. It's like, Oh my gosh. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Sorry, I have to run. Take good care. Bye.